Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS Rifle TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella.
Can you Wilberforce? That is Wilberforce Sheheppo's new walk-on tune, fighting Callum Johnson for the Commonwealth title. How you been? How you been, IFL viewers? It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. The last time we interviewed you was after Brook Golovkin.
Yep.
The last proper HEARN-esque speech you gave us was...
before Brook Golovkin.
Yeah.
Didn't quite work out for us that night. Disappointing night. Actually had 3 world title losses that night. What can you do? If you want to be in the real fights, you ain't going to win every one of them, my old son.
Let me ask you how Kell is at the moment.
He's good. He's going in for an operation on tomorrow. So I think it was a case of waiting and seeing if it was needed, and it's a minor op, full recovery. Again, you know, looking at probably spring, summer for his return. And great to see his name mentioned with so many great fighters and phone calls coming in, and you know, just looking for him to make a great recovery and then get these super fights made.
I saw you retweet something the other day about CANELO, Cinco de Mayo weekend.
I was only playing with
you. You retweeted it?
Yeah, because I knew it would get everyone's attention. But it's obviously the fight he wants. You know, he phoned me the other night. Dominic phoned me the other night after the Liam Smith fight and said, get us CANELO. So that's probably the principal target for Kell Brook.
What did you make of CANELO and Liam Smith?
I watched it last night for the first time. I thought it was a great performance from CANELO. Wonderful punch selection. Liam was tough as you like. You know, took quite a lot of punishment, but kept coming, as you knew Liam Smith would. He deserves a lot of credit, I think. You know, the problem is when you move from Jimmy Kelly and Radzovic to CANELO, it's, you know, it's such a tough task, and you know, couple that up with the fact that CANELO is brilliant. But I thought Liam acquitted himself great. You know, I know he's not world champion anymore, but again, he would have got respect out of that fight, and I'm sure he'll look for the big fights as well. Is it safe to say that Kell won't defend his title at 147? I think we haven't made a decision yet. I think, you know, can he make 147 again? Yes. Can he make it in the right way? Maybe not. But he's world champion there, so it's not just a decision that's going to be, no, get rid of that belt. You know. Would he have to fight Errol Spence in his next fight? Yes. Yeah. Again, tough fight, but a good fight, big fight. So, and he likes that fight because, you know, people have been talking about that fight for a long time. So we'll have to see. I'm meeting him next week, and then we'll have a chat. But, you know, for me, I think CANELO, Cotto, he's not fighting until 2017. I think that's a great fight for Kell Brook. And of course, Amir Khan. You know, I mean, why not just make the Khan fight? It's so easy. Just come make it February, March, whatever. I mean,
does Brook and Smith have any appeal now? Not
at the moment, no. I mean, I think in time, maybe another couple of wins from, you know, but I don't feel. Basically, my instruction now from Kell Brook is make me the biggest fights in world boxing you can make me, and that's not Liam Smith at the moment. So if they can't be made, if we can't get CANELO and we can't get Cotto, we can't get Khan, is Liam Smith an option? Maybe.
Right, let's roll on to this Saturday night.
Oh, Anthony Crawler.
Everyone was silent.
I was looking for a bit of support.
Darren, you should have finished that one up.
Thanks, Darren.
Sorry, I didn't know I was involved.
Well, you don't have to be invited to sing Anthony Crawler, you just do it, don't you?
The WBA title, the Ring Magazine belt, the WBC Diamond belt, the hundreds and thousands belt, as Frank Warren called it.
Yeah.
It's all on the line.
It's all on the line. But most importantly, It's to see who the #1 lightweight is in the world. And that is what we want to see, isn't it? That's what fans want to see. The best fight, the best in the division. One of the sports writers said to me, do you think this is the biggest fight on Sky Sports since Froch Boutte? Like outside of box office? I was like, maybe.
It's a good question, that.
It got me thinking too. But it is a huge fight, you know, and I saw Dave Coldwell, feels like a sort of Hatton Costa Zoo fight where it's kind of like a defining moment for Anthony Crolla, and he even said himself, which I took the mickey out of him after, I've never heard him say anything like that before, this is the fight that turns me into a superstar. And he's quite right. This is the fight that takes him from Manchester hero to British sporting hero, and takes him to fights in Vegas and, you know, potentially outdoors in Manchester. And I'm so pleased for him that he's getting this opportunity. I'm so proud of him that he's willing to be in these fights consecutively, and I really believe he's going to do it. I believe he's going to stop Jorge Linares late on.
Yeah, I'm backing that.
Tough fight though. I think the odds are very short for Crolla. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think it's evens a man. And if you're looking to have a bet on the fight via our sponsors Betfred, I see the value in a 9 rounds 9 to 12 stoppage for Anthony Crolla. I may be wrong. Let's be honest, it wouldn't be the first time.
Correct.
All right. No need to dig it in.
No, usually you're...
They both start with W.
Right. Is it that Anthony Crolla is going through this purple patch of his career, or is it he generally has...
Isn't purple patch a bad patch?
No, a purple patch is good, isn't it?
Don't think so.
It is.
Yeah, it's good.
It is good. Oh,
Yeah, it is
no.
good.
Listen,
It is.
who are you asking?
Having a purple patch is a good
I mean,
patch.
not exactly countdown contenders, are they? You know what I mean?
We joining in? We joining in?
Yeah.
You can join in if you want. Free for all.
Purple patch. So it can
is
be good or bad.
No, it is
good.
good.
It's good.
No, purple patch is good.
Yeah, it is.
Since when has purple been good?
It's just a term, isn't it?
Okay.
In football, it's a football term.
It's a football term. They're going for a good time at the moment.
Okay.
Or is he generally has improved as a fighter?
Or
Bit
a
of both?
brown patch. Is that no good?
No.
Would that be the opposite?
No, you helmet. Brown
He's
patch.
not having a great time. He's going through a little bit of a brown patch.
No, there's not a term.
Okay, hashtag purple patch, hashtag brown patch. If you're having a good day, you're going for a purple patch. If you're having a bad day, you're going for a brown patch. Right. I don't know, I can't put my finger on what has happened to Anthony Crolla. He's getting better and better. He's getting stronger and stronger. He's getting faster and faster. He's punching harder and harder. His confidence is higher than ever. His support is better than ever. But you don't win fights because you've got great support or you've got a good backstory. You don't win fights against Jorge Linares because you've got the goodwill of the people of Manchester. Everything helps, but you beat him by being a better fighter and having more skill, which is very difficult against Jorge Linares. Wonderful technician, punches hard, great speed, great footwork, technically excellent. This is a real 50-50 pick and fight.
Is it safe to say that your proposed card for this weekend has a little bit slipped to the side?
No, the only fight that was listed that wasn't was Burton Buglioni.
And Low
Muñoz, yeah, but that's been in problems for a while because of visa. We replaced the Buglioni fight with Ryder against Armfield. We put Johnson in against Shehepo. I actually think, we've got Conor Benn, we've got Lyndon Arthur debuting, got Jose Burton in a decent fight against Castaneda. I actually think it's a decent card, but it's not a card like some of our pay-per-view cards. Is it a lot better than the Crolla Barroso card? Yes. Didn't take a lot of beating. But again, and I won't bore people, if I'm putting a fight like this on regular Sky Sports, I'm sorry, we don't have the money to put on other World Championship boxing, etc. on the undercard. I don't know what else to tell you.
I'm not asking, I'm just saying.
But I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to you.
Oh. The viewers at home.
The viewers at home.
The viewers at home.
Or probably the viewers on their toilet.
People watch it wherever they watch
I bet
it.
they do.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Okay. moving on from this card.
Yes.
Now, you spoke a lot about the 26th of November,
Mm-hmm.
Land of the Giants, Night of the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
What's the updates on that at the moment?
Party of the Ants? No,
What?
no. We're still looking to do something very similar. It just depends on a few things. People talk a great game about fighting Anthony Joshua, and when you make him huge offers,
Name names.
not yet. Not yet. But at the moment, I think the favourite to fight Anthony Joshua is Joseph Parker. There's a few things that have got to get done, but I think it's a great fight, and why not do it now? If that happens, we'll still be looking Chisora White, but obviously we won't do Price Parker. But there's also loads of other stuff we've got to add on the bill. The return of Scott Quigg, another world title fight for a Brit that I won't mention right now until it's done. We may still involve Price on a card. What about Price against Shannon Briggs?
You talking to Shannon?
No, but what's happening with the David Hay fight? I mean, what sort of driving was that?
Sorry.
What was that?
See what people. You see what we have to put up with.
I'm thrilled for your conversation.
All right,
All right.
Chopsy.
I'm into it.
Darren, don't, because I'll point this to you.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
I thought you wanted to kind of build that Parker fight, though. Put him on a couple of cards.
I do,
maybe,
but when
and-
no one else will fight him, AJ, I mean,
Who won't? Pulev won't fight him?
Pulev was offered ridiculous money. You got a chance to challenge for the world heavyweight title, or you want to defend your European title for a seventh of the money, a sixth of the money. I don't understand. Am I doing something wrong? This is a problem with boxing, and it's not just the Eubanks, right? And I was very impressed with your interview. It wasn't your interview, was it?
What interview?
With Frank on Eubanks.
Yeah.
I thought it was with Steve Lillis.
There's
Oh
two.
no, that was a good one. Yeah. So
That was the one I was more watched.
was it? Oh, I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying.
People get bad advice. People make poor decisions, and it's not just people say, "Oh well, you didn't offer enough money." We know the market. We know what people are getting for fights, and Steve HEARN as well, paying much more than he's getting to fight Povetkin for an interim world title fight. Why not fight Anthony Joshua for a world title fight?
Is it kind of the mentality, if I'm going to get battered, I want to get paid well to get battered?
But that's what we're doing. We're paying you much more money that's available for any other fight against world champions, anybody. But and Parker seems to be the one that says, "Yeah, I'll do it. I'm ready to go now."
And Parker's kind of the one that's sort of willing to fight people like David Price when he's sitting there mandatory.
He's got big balls, Joseph Parker, and he's very dangerous. He's very fast. He can punch. He's undefeated. It's a tough fight, but AJ, he's ready to go now.
When I asked you the other day about the sort of three proposed fights, what one was more likely, you said it was...
It still is. If AJ fights someone different to Parker, Price Parker is the one that's the easiest to make.
Right.
So we're talking to Chisora, we're talking to Dillian White, making good progress. I think Chisora, Dillian's got his fight with Lewinson, so he hasn't really...
You need to get his name right before the presser starts.
Lewinson.
There's no N in the middle.
Okay.
Lewison.
Okay. Right. He's fighting for the British heavyweight title on October the 7th in Glasgow, but we need to get moving with the...
well, he could chuck a spanner in the works there.
Yeah, could do Lewinson against Chisora, I don't know.
But
could do Lewinson against Price.
Lewison.
Who was the other one who used to always get it wrong? Someone else.
So
all to play for our friend Lewison.
You're going to do a separate press conference with them?
Yes, potentially on Monday. And by the way, next Thursday, if you're in town or anywhere near London,
oh yeah, 100%.
We've got a really good card on at your call, which is all our young fighters coming through.
Free to the public.
Isaac Chambers. What?
Is it free to the public?
It's not free to the public.
Sorry, your last one at your call was.
That was a workout.
Oh right. Sorry, it's not free to
No,
the
it's
public.
not.
Sorry.
It's very well priced. Isaac Chamberlain against Waddy Camacho, which is a great little fight for the Southern Area Cruiserweight title. Reece Bellotti, Jake Ball, Felix Cash, Ted Cheeseman, Craig Richards. It's gonna be a good night. So come down. Anyway. Yeah.
So, what are you looking at?
My tracksuit.
Okay. So you're not necessarily going to build this around sort of a heavyweight bonanza.
I think we probably will, to be honest with you. I'm going to call Shannon Briggs tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Say, listen, what are you getting the runaround for? Do you want to fight or not?
But he's not fighting David A anyway.
No. So what's he doing?
Yeah. Dave Allen's been sparring Dylan White.
No, Price against Briggs.
No, but Allen as well. You could chuck Allen in there.
I think Price should box Tony Thompson
100%.
because I think he beats him, and obviously
When's the last time Thompson fought?
he lost to Ortiz, didn't he?
Okay.
Stopped.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know you get a lot of questions about Ortiz, didn't you? Going, why don't you put Joshua
I'm having a few
in
chats
with
with Ortiz's people. You know, they're
he's
out
not
of their
with-
Golden
not
Boy
with
contract.
Golden Boy anymore, yeah.
And you know, I'm saying, I mean, they've got this Ustinov fight which they're looking at.
But
They're
hasn't
supposed to be in. I
that fallen
don't
apart?
think it's officially fallen apart, but I think they're looking at other options. So we'll see. But I think Ortiz is a realistic option for AJ next year. I mean, very good fighter, very dangerous, but seems. I don't think he's quite got the profile to go with the danger risk, if that makes any sense at all. I think some people know what I'm talking about. It's a bit like other fights, which I'm quite interested in as well. Jarrell Miller.
Yeah.
No one knows who Jarrell Miller is. If I made Jarrell Miller, which is a tough fight again, people go, Jarrell Miller?
Do you know what I was saying?
What?
I interviewed him about 4 years ago.
Right. Oh,
What?
you found him?
Yeah, I did.
No, it's all down to you.
No, it is.
No, I know.
No,
In fact, he owes his whole career
but
to
it
you.
was funny because he was talking about Andy Joshua and he ended.
Yeah.
I think he just turned pro.
Alright.
Well, just putting it out there. Big baby Miller.
That's right.
So more realistic. November 26th. At the moment, sits like possibly
Parker Joshua, Chisora against White, Price against Briggs.
Oh, that's probably better.
Love that
That's
fight,
probably
yeah.
better
Oh,
three
yeah.
than your other three.
Yeah, I agree.
But talking's one thing. We hear a lot of promoters talking about
We
a
all
lot of
have
things.
to talk a little bit of turd,
Oh,
don't we,
just
Kugan?
saying, just saying. What did you make of the whole Eubank thing? Pulling out the fight with Langford?
It's been talked about so much, isn't it?
I'm asking your opinion.
I don't know. I mean, they told me that the British title was so important to them and they've got to defend it and win it outright, and that's the, you know, and then they pull out with an injury, tennis elbow, and then vacate the title. So they've either got something else up their sleeve, which I don't think they have, or he is genuinely injured, which I think he is injured. I don't think it's particularly bad. And I just don't think they fancied boxing on that show. I think they knew they were probably going to get the away corner treatment, so to speak. I know that the other Eubank was placed on the card as well. I think Chris's other son.
Nathaniel Wilson.
Yeah. So maybe they just didn't want to go through with it.
Yeah,
But it was a lot of money. Frank spent a lot of money on the purse bid.
Yeah, but they knew the sort of situation they could have been in for this. But you bid for this as well, didn't you?
Yes, I did, yeah. Much less.
Do you think if you'd won that bid, would you have put that on the Golovkin card?
Probably, yeah. I think if we would have won that bid, I think they would have taken the fight. But I think potentially as well, they're just all over the place at the moment.
It's a shame.
It is a shame. But we
It's a
move
shame.
on. What can you do?
Life moves on.
Now, I won't sit here and say, I'll never work with the Eubanks again. Because I might. But things have got to be right.
Like, you got to talk to the fighter for a start.
In fact, if I talked to the fighter, we wouldn't have a problem. It'd be like clockwork, so easy to understand. It's only senior making things difficult and, you know, putting up barriers. I think the kid just wants to fight and make his money.
Your show's coming up. Let's just have a little run through. Okay, so
CROLLA-LINARES,
yeah,
Cleverly Bramer next weekend. Burns against Relic, October 7th, Friday
man,
night.
that's a good card.
Good fight.
No, but it's a good card as well.
What would you like there? You love White Lewison, don't you?
Lewis and White, Cardle and Hooper,
yeah, and Burns Relic, yep, good card.
Good card.
Week after, another great card. Bellew against Flores, Campbell against Matthews, Burnett against Farag, Dodds actually looking for a new opponent now because Sykes has pulled out. Fielding on the card, Price probably on the card, Farrell's really strong card. Week after, Eggington against Gavin, good little Brum derby. Gamaliel fight, maybe Cowier fight, probably put Conor Benn on as well. And then we have a week off, which is Fury Klitschko, if it happens.
It'll happen.
You think?
Yeah.
No one thinks it will, other than you.
And then your next show, 12th, possibly November.
November the 12th, and then November 19th is, oh no, it's Ward Kovalev on Sky. And then November 26th is AJ. It's been, I mean, not being funny, you know I don't like to blow my own trumpet, right? What's funny about that?
Didn't cough. Sorry. Timing.
Brook Golovkin, CROLLA-LINARES, Cleverly Bramer, Burns Relic, thrown in with White Lewison, Cardle Hooper, Bellew Flores, Campbell Matthews, Burnett Farag, etc. Gavin against Eggington. Massive show on November 12th coming. Probably 2, maybe 3 world title fights. And who's coming next week? Kovalev Ward, Joshua, December 10th, somewhere big. That is a Sky schedule. Throw in Usyk against Glowacki and probably a few other bits. I think, and I know people love giving me the credit and Sky the credit. Give the credit. Give the credit. This is a good period.
Where will you go on the 10th?
London, probably.
Not the O2.
No.
So possibly Copper Box,
Possibly.
Wembley Arena,
No, not available.
Alexander Palace.
Actually, that's a good little point there. Just made me think of something.
Have I helped in some way?
No. No, it was Manchester. Sorry, no, you haven't.
But you're looking to do a semi show, like not an O2 scale show,
No,
but one below.
Yeah,
that.
we've got. I mean, we need a headline for that card, but we've got fights like looking at O'Hara Davis against Tyrone Nurse for the British, Martin Ward defending his British title, John Ryder if he beats Armfield, Tommy Core against John Wayne Hibbert is agreed. We just need the headliner.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what venue you're going to go for if you're not going to do a couple of
Have a think, mate, and let me know. Really appreciate that.
No, I'm just
because I
trying to
haven't
think.
thought about it. I mean,
Where else is there? Ali Pali?
Ali Pali, Olympia.
Olympia. Oh, I ain't been there since Barker, have you?
That was a good night, yeah. Done
Oh
about
no,
80
you've done
grand that
Bellew
night.
there as well.
No, that was Ali Pali.
Oh yeah, I was there. Bellew, Edison Miranda.
Yes. First fight with us, that was.
Yeah. And now look where he is now.
WBC champion of the world.
So, have you got world title fights on all your bills apart from Birmingham?
Yes. I was trying to get Yafar on in a world title fight, but it was come later in the year now, so yeah.
That's not bad.
Thank you, mate. It really means a lot.
But you said that that's your...
I want every show to have a world title fight, yeah.
Yeah. You're not doing too bad, just one.
No, thanks, mate.
Well, the December show probably won't have a world title
Maybe.
fight. Really?
Maybe.
Oh. Right, what other news?
Nothing really. Last weekend, I went to Nemo Bay which is in British Columbia, fishing.
Yeah, follows you on Instagram. We've seen some very cringy pictures of yourself. There was a couple.
What, holding the fish? With a pout? I don't pout. Come on.
I'll get it out now. Alright, anyway, go on. How was it?
It was really good. My old man is a mad fisherman, and I've never had any interest, and I really enjoyed it. It made me think. You talk to these people who live out in British Columbia, and like their life is so simple. They get up, most of them hunt for their food, and they've got no worries, no dramas in their life.
Did you hunt for your food?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Everything that I ate over 4 days, I caught.
You lie. You was with my mate, weren't you?
Who?
My mate.
Barney?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's talking about you.
Yeah. Of course. He was having a little chat with me at the Brook Lofton fight. So, oh, your mate?
I called Barney Francis the other night.
Yeah.
And he went, "You're not going to believe this." And I could hear some splashing. And he went, "I'm in the bath watching your interview with KUGAN." I was like, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
That is actually what he told me.
I know. Oh, he told you that?
He told me that, yeah. It's weird, isn't it? I mean...
Just think, some chancer from Basildon. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not from Basildon.
Wickford.
Yeah.
Some chancer from Wickford. He's cracked it, hasn't he?
I ain't cracked it.
Yeah, you have cracked it.
No, I ain't cracked it.
Well, you have. You're on non-stop holidays.
Oh, hang on. Have you cracked it?
You've got money coming out your bumhole.
Have you cracked it?
Absolutely.
No, you ain't.
You cracked it.
You've just started, didn't you?
Yeah, I've still got unfinished business, but maybe we haven't cracked it. We're smashing it. Is that better? That's
yeah.
That's yeah. No, you're right. We definitely haven't cracked it.
Cracked it means you've like
it's over.
Yeah,
done. Job done. No, you're right. We're just smashing it.
You kind of cracked it with Froch Groves, didn't you? Because you haven't managed to sort of.
But you've never cracked it till it's over, have you? We're just smashing it.
Do you know what was very impressive? That AT&T.
Sorry, what are you whispering about in the phone?
I said you're in a purple patch.
You are in a purple patch.
Oh, Darren, great banter.
The AT&T Stadium.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
Probably the best one I've ever been to. Unbelievable. You should look to put on a show there.
What, in Dallas?
In Dallas. Do you know the crowd was like they said it was 50,000, but it holds.
That's only 30,000 less than the one I done.
Yeah, but I don't think there was 50,000. There can't have been because it holds 110, and it was never. That means it's half full. They looked like there was about 80,000 people, didn't they?
I don't think they're going to under-announce this.
Well, I don't quite. It must not hold 110 then.
Quite, maybe.
Well, when will you look to emulate Froch Groves? Next year. What? Fury Joshua?
Oh, yes, please.
That does that comfortably, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the
comfortably. I mean, it's 5 minutes.
Or Joshua Hay. That one of those two fights. But they're the only fights that really would sell that out, you know?
Wilder? Mate, what are you talking about? I could sell out Wembley for Joshua Parker. You let one go?
No.
Now, is that you?
No, not me.
It's outside.
Oh, that old chestnut. Yeah.
You think? So
yeah. Look, we sell 20,000 tickets in 5 minutes.
Yeah, but you need the ingredients for fights like that.
The ingredients, baby.
I'm not convinced Joshua versus anyone but one of them 3 people would sell out Wembley.
Luckily, what you say don't really mean a row of beans.
You'd be doing it if you thought it would.
Not in November. Not on November the 26th, I wouldn't be.
Millennium Stadium.
I looked at that, it wasn't available.
Okay, so
you're looking at ways to elongate this interview, aren't you? You're going, what else can I ask you?
Oh, listen, if I could do 48 minutes with Quiggy.
What, today?
No, not today.
Oh, yeah. You got me in trouble with Quiggy.
Why?
Well, you're just stirring things up.
No,
he's a little Rottweiler.
Just because, you know, he's lost the fight, don't forget about him, that's all I'm saying.
When someone's injured and they can't fight, funnily enough, you don't have as much to talk to them about. What? compared to when they're in a pay-per-view fight. But don't worry, Lord Quigg will be back. We're 100% behind him.
I bet you get a lot of fights like that. don't you?
Loads.
And it's probably.
I don't care about it. No, because sometimes when a fighter's active and they're in big fights, you can speak to them a lot more than they would if they were having a month or so off or not in camp.
Who do you feel like you neglected recently then? Sorry, go on.
Neglected is the wrong word. If you ask me who do you feel like you haven't spoken to enough recently,
Okay.
I might say Stephen Smith. I haven't spoken to Stephen Smith for about 3 or 4 weeks. He knows when he's fighting, but it looks like I might have him a world title shot. And I phoned him this morning and said, right son, get down the gym, bang. It's like, whoa, but we're still working. Just because we're not talking, we're working on things.
And you've got loads of fighters to keep happy, haven't you?
Loads of fighters to keep happy.
Can't keep everyone happy.
I believe you can. It's a tough job.
I was actually discussing this with Quigg, off and on camera.
Was this in Dallas?
Yeah, in Dallas, we're talking about it, like fighters that have lost under your regime,
She's not going through.
and what you've done for them after they've lost.
Yeah.
Because this is kind of the situation Quigg is in now.
Yeah.
And
Who did you
so
find?
I use Ricky Burns as a good
Yeah, there
example.
you go. Yeah.
After Terence Crawford, then after Zlatan,
Tony Bellew?
yeah, Tony Bellew.
Did you use that example as well?
No, I used the Ricky Burns one. I like what you've done for Ricky Burns in that respect. Haven't just discarded him, made him you haven't made him, but you know what I mean. Free weight world champion, Scotland's only ever won. What other examples could you think of?
What fighters that have lost? Darren Barker came back, lost to Martinez, come back, got him world title fight, he won the world title. Watch what we do with Kell Brook. Stuart lost the world title. We brought him back. Won a final eliminator, got another world title shot.
So anyway, the message is, if you
Nathan Cleverly
yeah,
lost to Bellew, come back, got him a fight against Bonfara. Come back, got him a fight against Bramer.
yeah,
Damn, I'm good.
that was pretty good actually.
Thanks, mate.
Do you know that title he's got, Bramer?
Yeah.
Is it the regular?
Yeah.
Who's got the super?
Kovalev.
Kovalev, obviously.
Kovalev Ward. Who are you picking?
Ward.
Kovalev.
Do you want a bet on it?
Great fight.
Do you want to do £100 on it?
Yes.
Alright. Okay. Yeah, well done for getting that fight.
Thank you, mate.
Not that you probably had anything to do with it, did you?
Yeah, I did actually. I actually negotiated the deal
Oh,
to get that fight, Scott.
you and Peter?
No. Peter who?
Peter?
Peter Nelson.
Yeah.
No. Rights are owned by Main Events and BoxNation. Stop trying to drop names. Like, it's embarrassing.
What's the saying? My mates are your mates now. What? They are?
No, really.
It's a missed call from Barney actually.
Did
earlier.
you? Yeah, I was in the bath watching one of your vids.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, Eddie. Thank you very much for giving us
Thank
a little
you.
bit of your time.
And roll on Saturday night. Weigh in tomorrow, 1 PM, Radisson. Get there early. It's going to be really busy. And let's all cheer on Anthony Crolla on Saturday night in a huge fight. Good to see you again. Good to see you again.
Thank you very much.